How's it going, Internet? I'm WavePunk, and today we have another personal strategy video where I take a tip, a trick, something that I try to give you that you can practically apply into your games to hopefully help your teammates out and to see you winning more. So today we're going to be talking about defense. We're going to be talking about a specific goalkeeping strategy. There's a lot of different kind of goaltending, goalkeeping strategies out there, and almost all of them are good and really wise advice, but they are all situational. They're all things that you should kind of mix and match, okay? And we're gonna be talking about a specific one of those today. I call it vector blocking. You can see that, vector blocking, because that's what we're gonna be doing, okay? We're gonna be getting into some high school physics level stuff. So hopefully you remember that. If not, I'm gonna be giving you a reminder. I promise it's good stuff though. So let's get into it. The situation that this play will come up in is when you are in a bad position to get a clear or to take possession from the enemy, okay? So let's say the ball is here and it's gone around the corner and you are here in goal. You just kind of swung back in, you overshoot the goal a little bit, and now you're back pedaling here, okay? So that arrow is intentional. It's like you're facing this way, but you're moving backwards, okay? So you're looking up, you're reversing, and you're looking up at the ball, because the ball is up here. This is just the side view. Okay, the ball's here, you're here. The ball is moving down and out, okay? So this is the situation we find ourselves in. You're moving backwards, you don't have any forward momentum at all, so getting up and getting into this ball before the enemy gets there is really hard. And you don't know at this position, at this point, you're moving backwards, you probably have ball cam on, and you're looking up at this ball. You don't know where the enemy's coming from, right? So it's really hard for you to know exactly how you need to save this. So the big thing about this shot is, this is a really easy shot for a striker, okay? This is exactly what he wants. What makes this easy? Well, let's talk about physics for a second, okay? So here's our ball, and our ball is moving in this direction, right? Okay, angular velocity, this is a velocity, this is a speed, right? Okay, and it has vectors, right? So the ball is moving this way, but it's also moving that way and this way, okay? This is really how it's moving, okay? It's moving, make that arrow smaller, okay? Because it's moving at this angle, which means that it's actually moving a lot to the left and a little bit out from the goal, okay? And the thing that makes this shot super easy for a striker is that all he has to do, he doesn't have to worry about this one. All he has to do is swing this around and make it go that direction. If he can just make, because at that point it's moving this way into the goal, okay? And why is this easy? Well, first off, it's not just the fact that he only has to move the small arrow. It's the fact that if he hits it this much, or if he hits it that much, or if he hits it this much, any one of those puts the ball into the goal, right? If he hits it a lot, now we have this sort of momentum, okay, well, then it's gonna go in here. And if he hits it with that little one, well, then it's gonna go in over here. Okay, but he doesn't have to worry about a big momentum shift. It's not like he's trying to erase all these arrows. It's not like he's got this momentum and he's got to get it to here, okay? Which requires you to take this arrow and swing it to here, and this arrow and swing it to there, okay? That's a huge momentum shift, and you have to hit the ball basically right here to do that. With the way we have it set up now, oh man, this erasing is hilarious. With the way we have it right now, with this shot, all he has to do is swing this up to here, right? So basically anything in this area is a good hit to put into the ball. It's an easy shot, okay? So what about this makes it hard for you? Well, because you kind of have to pick and choose, right, where you're gonna be. It's like when you watch a soccer clip and the goalie they have a free kick and he like kicks it at the goalie and the goalie just kind of like jumps in the wrong direction, and it's because he just had to pick one side because he can't cover the whole goal. So what can you do, right? Well, let's back up for a moment and talk about shooting in general, just as a concept. So we have an enemy here with a ball here, okay, and he's trying to put it in your goal, right? He has this range of options, okay? This is the shots he has to make. And if you are here blocking the goal, or goalkeeping, you block all of these shots. But if you're here, you block all of these shots, okay? In this position, you block about a third of the goal. Here, you're blocking a good 80%, 70–80% of the goal, okay? Just by being closer to the ball, you block the shots. Likewise, over here, in our first situation, if we have the ball here, that's a really big ball. If we have the ball, I should probably put the right size. Anyways, if the ball's here, and you're here, and the enemy comes up to hit here, he has all of this shoot at. Whereas if you were here, all of a sudden he really doesn't have a shot at all, okay? He has to kind of bounce the ball underneath you and in to get this, and that's just so much harder, right? So if we go back to our situation here where the ball's coming around, it's hanging here, and you're here, well, what do? Remember, all he has to do is hit the ball in this direction. So all you have to do is keep him from hitting in that direction and just be on this side, okay? It's really easy when the ball's coming this way to be like, I need to come up and meet it here. You don't need to meet it there. The ball's gonna cross here. All you need to do is get up and just follow along with it. So as the ball crosses, you come up and you're just moving next to the ball as it comes down, okay? Because any shots he takes is gonna bounce off you. That's all you need. All you need for this to happen is for you to get in the way of the vector. You block the vector going into the goal, right? And the closer you can get to the ball, the more effective this is, because the less shots he has to take, okay? You're not trying to hit the ball. You're just trying to block the vector from changing. You're not trying to change the vector. You're just blocking it, okay? And that'll keep the ball out of your goal. Now, this will happen sometimes where you go up and you track along with the ball and they don't even really take a shot, so it just kind of looks like you just kind of didn't do anything, okay? But still, remember, we're talking about a situation where you can't clear. We're talking about a situation where you can't take possession from the enemy, and the best thing you can do in that moment is just keep them from making a shot. That's all you need to do. It's goalkeeping. Remember, the point is to keep the ball out of the goal, whatever it takes. There will also be instances when you go up for this and they kind of just sit and wait for you to come down, okay? And then they'll take the shot. But at that point, that's a really heads-up play by them to realize what you're doing and to react to it. And that doesn't make the play bad, that just means that they were playing really well. And in those situations, you're gonna see if this ball is lofted like this and it looks really pretty, the strikers are gonna be flying and you'll be able to make a save. So, I have a clip about this. We're gonna switch to that now.
Okay, so here is the play, and I'll just kind of let it play out from the beginning. As you can see, I'm making a move, a defensive position. I feel like I'm out of position. I can't make it clear, so I just go for the vector block. Just go to get up and in their way. Rewind this and maybe break it down a little bit slower here. As I come off of this, he hits the ball, and then yes. So, at this point, I'm trying to... I see this ball going into the corner, and Magic is loose, so I am definitely the best position to get in and clear this and to drive it over to the other side. At this point, I don't really see Uber yet. At this point, I do, but I also see Kratos going in there, so I realize... I realize Kratos is not seeing me, and he is just going to be moving up to try and get the ball. So, it is best for me in this situation to just fall back. There's no reason for both of us to go. So I fall back, and at this point, Uber has gotten all of the ball, and I realize I have to make a block. I have to keep this ball from going in. This is a really well-positioned shot that could easily cross and be dunked by someone else. But the thing is, I know it's going to cross, but I don't know where the other guys are. I don't know what angles they're going to be coming from. And so what I have to do is get myself as close to this ball as possible and just sit there in front of it so that they can't change its vector into the goal. So I go up, and one thing I'll point out here is look at the trail there. Like you can see, I have backwards momentum here. This is just, there's no way I get up into that ball. So my only real option here is to go for a vector block, to try and stand in between the ball and the shooter, or in between the ball and the goal. So as this guy comes up, there's actually two guys that come up for this. At this point, look at this ball, and look at where I am. Look at how much I'm blocking. There's definitely a shot above me, there's definitely a shot wide of me, but also realize what direction the ball is moving. And as we get closer here, as I get closer to the ball, at this point when he makes his shot, there's not a lot, like he can maybe go over there, but there's not really an angle that he can put it behind me or over me. The ball wouldn't fit, and he could maybe bounce it underneath me. But this is really tight, and so then as I get closer and closer to the ball, just the less and less chance there is of a shot here, so that when finally I actually hit it, and there's some server lag. You don't actually see me actually hit the ball, but I do actually. The ball is changing direction there because I hit it. And then Magic Man makes a decent little play here and actually changes the vertical velocity, and so gives it more of an upwards push, which keeps it from crossing again. But it doesn't really matter because at this point Toxic is already completely out of position and not in a place where he would, or he's not out of position, he's making a good shot, but he's not in a position where he could get a second hit, and Uber is facing the wrong direction. So at this point the stop has been made and the block has happened. We can rewind this and just watch it at full speed one last time. He's going to play it off, and I'm going to go up and just get in the way of the ball. That's all you got to do. That's all you want to do. Just get in the way of the ball. So anyways, I hope that's clear. I hope you learned something about vector blocking. If you have any comments or ideas on strategies you'd like to see outlined, leave those in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good YouTuber stuff. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.